crew. How is everybody today? Today we're talking about live video, and we're talking about a lot of the mistakes that people make with live video. So if you are on the journey of doing live video, you're just about to start maybe our video challenge, or you've been doing live video for a while but you just want to check in whether you're doing the right things, this is the video for you. And I've got a gift for you. I've got something completely for free. Everything that I'm going to share with you in this video, I have mapped out for you in a beautiful little document. So what I'm going to share with you today is the 15 most common mistakes that people make with live video. I've got it all in a pretty document for you. It's all mapped out here. You can access it for free. Oh, so you don't need to take any notes because there's a bit of information. It's going to be a little bit of rapid fire. Some of you that have done live videos may have heard this information before, but for those of you that are brand new to live video, or if you've been doing it for a while and go, yeah, I'm doing that, or I'm not doing that, this is a really good reminder for those of you that are doing live video of some of the pitfalls that people fall into. And what I would encourage you to do in the comments section is, what questions do you have around live video aside from these 15 things that I'm going to mention to you? What do you want to know? What do you want to know around live video? Throw the questions in the comments for me so I can come back to them and circle back to them and address all your concerns around live video, and we can have a conversation here around it. Hang on, I've just got to it's hot. I've got a little heater on. It's meant to be summer here in Australia. Well, almost, and it's just not. It's cold. So how is everyone today? I hope you're doing really well. Say hello if you're watching me live or you're catching the replay later. If we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. So this is just a little bit of fun for our online crew community here of home-based business owners, direct sellers, those in MLM, network marketing, entrepreneurial based of some sort from home, and you want to leverage the internet and use modern social media strategies to build your business online. And we are about to embark on the 22nd November, we're about to start the next round of our free 14-day online crew video challenge. And I would highly, highly recommend that you jump on it. Even if you're a seasoned professional with live video, you can achieve things in the video challenge that you cannot achieve on your own. Now, what I mean by that is social proof and improvements in the algorithm. Because what happens when you join the video challenge, you're all doing the same thing. We all share our videos back into the same group. Everybody's giving each other social proof. You get massive amounts of engagement. When you get more engagement and Facebook sees that you're getting engagement and you're responding to that engagement, you get more reach. So this is a fantastic way for some of you to boost your engagement and boost your algorithms. You've got to keep up the pace afterwards, but this is a really good kickstart for some of you that sit there and think, I'm trying to do all the things, but I'm not getting much from it. I'm not getting much engagement. I'm not getting much organic reach from what I'm doing. This is a fantastic way for you to participate in something like this, where I give you the content, I give you the technical skills, give you all the things, give you the support. All you got to do is turn up and do a live video and 3 stories every day. Can you do that? Okay, so who's here? Let me know if you're here. Say hello. Tell me what country you're watching from. The beautiful thing also about the video challenge is that it is global. Like, there are people that you will meet from all around the world, and you stay friends. Like, you can make the most amazing connections with these video challenges all around the world. Those of you that have participated previously, let me know. If you've met people around the world through the challenges, and, if people are still your friends today, it would be awesome to know that. So what I'm going to put up on the screen now is, if you are not registered for our video challenge, starting on the 22nd November, on the screen here on Facebook and YouTube and my free group, you can see it. On Instagram, you can't, but it's helenmartinonline.com/video. So that's how you register for the challenge. Now, towards the end of my video, I'm going to give you the link for this. So this is a guide for you. Everything that I'm going to share with you, can you see that? Everything that I'm going to share with you in this video is in this beautiful little booklet. You don't need to print it out. You can just have it on your phone and refer to it. 15 most common mistakes made with videos. I've got them all listed there. But not only have I got them all listed, I've got an explanation on each one of them. So if you are participating in the video challenge for the very first time, this would be a very good use of your time to have a look through here. Even those of you that are winging it a little bit, I would encourage you to go through this document and have a look at some of the most common mistakes people make and make sure that you're not doing them. So hang with me here and I'll give you the link to access this. And I'll leave that up for a little bit for those that haven't registered for the challenge, that you just get yourself into the Facebook group. All the videos are in the Facebook group. They're little short videos to begin with. This is how the challenge works. This is what you need to do. Even if you're not doing the challenge, you don't have any interest in doing the video challenge, stay with me to listen to these 15 most common mistakes. Okay? So see who else has jumped on. So how can I keep people watching? How long should they be? So I'll get into that with this one. Keep people watching comes down to your content, really, the value that you're providing, keeping people engaged, asking questions, Claire, along the way to keep them. So it's like you're having a conversation. You're not dictating to your audience. That's also in here. So stay with me. I'll explain that a little bit more. Hey, Beth, how are you? Can't wait for the challenge. Hi, Hero. How you going? Cherie is from Midwest in the US. Hey, Susan. We've got Emma here as well. Anybody that appears like this on the screen, which you can't see on Instagram, but it says Facebook user. That just means you're watching from my free group. So just make sure you click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the description of my live in the group. You can't see it elsewhere, but in the group, and then I'll be able to see who you are. It's the most amazing challenge ever. Yes, I've made so many friends globally from Helen's challenge. What a great resource. Thank you, Beth. Yes, I've met and I'm still friends with people globally. Amazing. Oh, man, last minute, Susan. That's all good. Last minute is better than not at all. So let me go through what I've got for you here in the document, and then I'll give you the link to access the document yourself. And any of those of you that are in the video challenge, you want to take note of this link that I'm going to put up after this link that I've got on the screen. So stay with me on this video so you can get this resource for free. You want to pass on the link to everybody else that is doing live video that you know. Okay, so it's a free resource that I've done for you that you can just have all the information there. So don't worry about taking notes from all of this information. I'm going to give it to you all in this one document. Okay, so this is probably, you know, one of the good things about being on social media, perhaps maybe longer than you, or doing more live videos than you. I think I've done, I don't know how I worked this out the other day, but I've done over 1,000 live videos in different places. Like, that's crazy. A lot of live videos. So it enables me to make a lot of mistakes and then put them all together in this pretty document for you, so you don't have to make all those mistakes. That's why you follow people that are further ahead than you, that are actually doing the do. So be careful of listening to people that aren't doing the do. You want to listen and learn from people that are in the industry doing what they're teaching you to do. Okay. And I've done lots of live videos. Okay. So you ready? Let's get into it. Okay. Yes, I am going live everywhere today, Cherie, instead of just the group, because of what I'm talking about today and because of the video challenge. So I didn't actually announce that, Cherie, but yeah, I am live everywhere sort of today. Okay, so I'm going to read out these 15 things, and then I'm going to give you the link for this guide, and you can just access it and download it and then share it with everybody else that you know that's doing live video. Okay, so you ready for this rapid fire? One, this is the most important thing. You'll notice I do this a lot when I'm talking. What am I doing a lot of while I'm talking to you? I'm smiling. I have expression. I'm excited to be here. I love talking to my online crew, if you hadn't noticed. Like just a simple smile and a bit of expression makes a massive difference. If you just sit there and you talk and, hi, it's Helen here. And it's great to be here to talk to you about some of the mistakes that you should avoid with live video. Like, if you don't have some kind of projection in your voice, or at a minimum a smile, or seem like you've got some energy behind you with what you're doing, you're going to be really boring to watch. Nobody wants to watch anybody that's monotone. Nobody wants to watch anybody that is a little bit boring. So don't give me the excuse. And I know Hero is a self-confessed introvert. That's what her brand is. She helps introverted people. being introverted Facebook Live is fantastic for you guys, because there are so many successful people on social media that are self-confessed introverts. Okay, you don't need to be somebody you're not, but you do need to just have some energy and smile behind what it is you're saying and doing. So my biggest tip for you is, if you are naturally really, really nervous, which some of you might be, to do live video, stand up and do your videos. You'll naturally have some movement in your feet and your body that when you provide movement, you're not just sort of sitting there talking monotone and being really boring to listen to. Okay, so just a simple smile. Those of you that have heard this before know this about me, but I'm that kind of person that walks down the street and somebody looks up and I smile at them for no reason. I don't know them. I'll just look up and smile at people. I'll acknowledge people. And when you smile at people, people smile back at you. Use that as a life skill, not just a live video skill, a life skill. Smile at people because they'll smile back. Frown at people, they'll frown back. So what you project is what you get back. So be very careful of your energy on live video. Okay, that's number one. Number two, number two is my downfall. I do this all the time, but I've got a different screen up here. So I'm looking up here, I'm looking here, and I'm looking here. Look at the camera. So you can get away with looking around, especially if you've got, not many of you would be doing multiple devices like I'm doing, but I can kind of get away with it because I'm looking at my phone here, I'm looking at me here, I'm looking at my computer there. But just have a little bit of a test as to what device you're on, as to where your camera is. On my computer, it's pretty easy. It's like right there. On my phone up here, I know my camera is actually at the top on the right. Like, it's not, don't look at you. It's easy to do, but don't look at yourself, because I'm looking at myself now, and am I looking at you? So you're watching my live video. Instagram, you don't count because that's you there. But I'm looking at me and my computer now. Am I looking at you? I keep looking up. Hang on, I'll stay here. I'm looking at me now. Am I looking at you? Can you see my eyeballs to you? Versus, now am I looking at you? Am I looking at you? Can you see me? Can you see my eyes? Now I'm looking at you. So remember to look at the camera and not to look at yourself. Okay? You want to eyeball your audience. You want to look at them and not look at you. Some people actually have put a little sticky note over their face, so to make sure that they actually just look at the camera, because it's easy. I mean, you can get away with it if you look it up and down, but you don't want to go your whole video not looking up at the camera. And that's why Instagram, I'll look up over there because the camera's up here. So you guys know now I'm not looking at you at all because I'm looking at Instagram up here. Okay, so just watch that, because you want to do a lot of things that you do in normal life on social media, and that's look somebody in the eye. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody in person and they don't look you in the eye, or they're looking down at their phone and you're trying to have a conversation with them and you're like, they're not even really listening to me, because they don't have eye contact. So you got to have eye contact. So that's number two. Number three, these could actually be two things, but I've lumped them into one, is your sound and your lighting. Do not think that you have to have professional things. Go out and buy hundreds of dollars on a ring light or those kind of things. Just remember a couple of simple things. One, have the light in front of you and not behind you. So if your office is near a window, have the window to the side or in front of you. Do not have the window behind you. What your lens does on the camera is it concentrates on where the light is the brightest. So if you've got a window behind you, it'll actually focus on the light behind you and it'll actually dull your face. So you don't want to do that. I did that for a long time. Caused me a lot of grief, actually, trying to get light on me. And then I was sweating because I had so many lights on me because I was always standing in front of my window over there. Okay, so just remember, if you're outside, you want the sun in front of you, not the sun behind you. Just simple, guys. Just remember to have the light in front of you and not behind you. Okay, sound is even more important than light, though. If people can't see you properly, but they can hear you fine, they'll still tune in. But if people can't hear you, you're crystal clear, maybe visually, but they can't hear you, they won't stay on. So the biggest mistake people make is when they're outside. So you're somewhere where it's slightly windy, you're at the beach, you're at the park, you don't notice it, you can't hear it, you talk away, and there's this muffled wind in the background. So if you're going to be outside in any way, have your AirPods in, or the one with the little microphone and the earphones in. Like, have something like that. You've got to have something like that when you're outside, because you can get caught by the wind and not even realize it. Okay, until you watch it back and go, oh, nobody could hear me. Okay. So that's sound and lighting. I just got sent a present. This is the first time I'm using it. I mean, I've got a floodlight up in front of me. I'll see if I can show you guys. This is the first time I've had anything close to a ring light. It's just a little one. It's the first time ever in this will maybe 4th or 5th year of doing live video. I've never ever had anything that looks like a ring light. Never missed it, never needed it, but this actually got sent to me as a gift. So it's just a little one sitting behind my. Let's turn it off and see what difference it makes. Can you see the difference? I'm a bit brighter, aren't I? So on, off, on, off. Let's have a disco. I've been up way too early this morning. I hosted a webinar early this morning with a group of students. It was so much fun. Anyway, squirrel moment. So, I've just got a floodlight looking thing. I never had a ring light until this turned up yesterday, but it got sent to me with an American plug. It's like, what am I meant to do with that? So then I had to go down to just a store and go and get an adapter from an American plug to an Australian plug so I could plug the thing in. Send me a GIF with an American plug in it. What good is that to me? Anyway, I'm just having fun trying it out. So that's sound and lighting. Let's move on. Your position in the screen. So you can see my setup here. You do not need a setup like this, guys. And this is not fancy. This is a picture on the wall, which was a picture in another area of my house. I just moved it to this wall. I've got a plant that's going out of control. It's going to start eating me soon, I think. It's just, have you guys noticed over time how that's grown? It's like, it's now actually sort of kind of touching me. I kind of need to move it away a little bit. And this stuff was from when we went on a cruise. It was just stuff that we bought when I didn't go to any trouble to have this sort of backdrop. So you don't need anything like this. You just need good lighting. You need a good personality and a smile, and away you go. What was my point? Oh, position in the screen. Can you see that I'm in the middle? And even on Instagram, I'm in the middle of the screen. And on Facebook here and YouTube, I'm in the middle of the screen. I pick this kind of stuff up, I guess, because I've done live videos for so much, but it really annoys me when somebody's like that. Like, you got all this room and you're looking up at your camera and people are looking up your nose, or like you're kind of looking down at people like that, or you've got all this room and somebody's sitting over here or over here, and it's like, what are you doing? Just put your head in the middle of the camera. So just I guess my hint about that is just eyeball sort of the camera pretty much. Does that make sense? So just be in the middle of your screen and try not to have too many distractions behind you. Like those of you that sort of sit in the kitchen or a lounge room or things like that, if you've got a whole lot of stuff behind you, guess what everyone's looking at? What's on the shelf? What's in the kitchen? What kind of books they got there? Or what's that? Is that a guitar in the background? Oh, look, they got laundry hanging back there. So try to minimize that if you can. Don't stress about it. Just go live. Like, don't overthink any of this. But if you've got huge, like, messy house, and that's where you go live, like, everyone's going to be looking at what's in the background. They're not going to be listening to you. So just eliminate distractions if you can a little bit, so they're actually listening to you and not analyzing what your house looks like. Okay, so your position in the screen, we want it nice and centered, not very hard to do. Just be aware of it, because the biggest ones are looking down and looking up. Like, people put their phones down on a table and they do live videos looking down at their camera. You don't do that in the normal world. Again, like what you would do in the normal world with talking to a person, do on social media. You would talk to somebody, like you would eyeball them. You wouldn't stand over there and talk to somebody over there. Like, you'd walk up in front of them and you have a conversation. Make sense? Okay, so I'm going through my 15. Okay, I'll give you the link to this resource shortly. So no description. Even in the video challenges, it baffles me. I give you the content and you don't even put a description on your video. 90% of the people that watch you will watch the replay. So if you've got no description on your video, there's no reason for them to, well, like, they didn't know what you talked about. And they're scrolling through, but there's no description on the top of your video. And those of you that are starting on the video challenge on the 22nd, just don't just put, day 3 of the online crew video challenge. Like, no, that doesn't mean anything to anybody. Give people a reason to watch your video on a replay. So that comes down to your description. Now, those of you that are doing live videos on a computer, there's a title and a description. And some of you fill in the title, but you don't fill in the description. What people can see is the description, not the title. They see the title after the fact. If somebody goes back to your Facebook page or, wherever they're looking, they'll see the title there, but they won't see the title when you're live. They see the description when you're live, okay, or on the replay. So have a really good description, okay? Give people a reason to watch your videos, okay? Now, length of time, Claire, you're still with us? Length of time of videos, I think this was one that you were asking about. Look, it depends. How new or how experienced are you on live video? If you're brand new and you don't have an audience yet and no one's really used to listening to you live, you don't want to ramble on for 20 minutes because people aren't used to that from you. They don't know what kind of value you can bring. You want to ideally go somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes because it gives the algorithm more time to send your video out to more people. If you're on and off within 60 seconds or 2 minutes, then the platforms have no idea what to do with your video because you weren't even on for long enough. But for those of you that are brand new, if that's all you can get out because you're so super, super nervous and you're freaking out, then just go live for that long. Just get the job done until you get more experienced, you're more comfortable, you have a conversation with your audience. That'll drag it out a little bit longer, or you've got more to say, okay? So initially, 5 minutes or so. If you can get to 10, it's better from the algorithm, but don't do that just for the sake of the algorithm. If you finished what you want to say, then get off. Don't drag it out because, people are busy. They don't want to, just hang around for the sake of hanging around. They want to listen to what you got to say and then get off. Okay, so as you get more experienced, you will tend to talk longer. It's just sort of the way it works. And you'll engage with your audience more because more people will be listening, they'll comment, and you'll answer their questions and things like that. Okay. Number 7 is a massive one. So stay with this video so you can get the link to this document. Preaching, not sharing. Massive, 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 massive. I was actually talking about this on the webinar this morning. The way you deliver the message, those of you that have got imposter syndrome, like a lot of you that have got a lot of fear around live video, it's probably because what are people going to think of me? Who's going to listen to me? I'm not good enough. I haven't had enough success yet. I'm not making a lot of money online or in my business or anything like that. So who's going to listen to me? That's the kind of thing that runs through sort of people's head. So what you want to do is share your information and not dictate it. So we get told over and over again, lead with value, lead with value, lead with value. You want to earn more money on social media, then become more valuable on social media. Yeah, get it. But leading with value doesn't mean you preach. So here's a difference of, okay, I've got 3 tips for you for XYZ. So what should we talk about? Well, let's just say I've got 3 tips for common mistakes made on live video. So hi, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain or whatever. What I'm going to talk about is the 3 most common mistakes for blah, blah, blah. And you should do this and you should do that. And, it's an absolute no-no if you do blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And sort of like I'm preaching that information. So for some of you that are newer, this is how you deliver it. Hi, my name's Helen Martin. Whatever you do, and just say, I'm learning to do live video. So I'm here doing live video, but I'm very much learning myself. And what I've learned just recently is 3 common mistakes that people make on live video. And it was really useful information to myself. So I thought I'd just share it here because it may be useful to, somebody that's watching this video. So, I know how useful it was to me. So I just wanted to share it with you. Can you see the difference in how I've delivered that message? It's like one is kind of, I'm trying to be the expert here and give you all this information, and people may be judging you for that. Like, who are they? Why are they talking about that? Aren't they a nurse? Why are they talking about live video? Like, that just doesn't make sense. versus this is a new journey I'm on. I'm really passionate about. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm really excited about it, and I'm just learning. And this is something I recently learned that I thought might help you too. Okay, so deliver it in that way. Okay, moving on. Number 8. Not responding to comments. Okay, I'm going to give you the link. No, I'm not. I'm going to do a couple more before I give you the link to this document. Not responding to comments. Now, video challenges. I go back and watch your videos a few days after you've done them. Okay, because I'm always catching up. Even if you're not in the challenge, just think of this as normal live video. The most important time frame in a live video as far as comment engagement and the algorithm is the first 90 minutes. So ideally, you want to like do a live video and be available to sort of comment back to people, that anybody that sort of said hi, because that's what drives the algorithm. It's like, oh, Helen's done a video. Oh, somebody's commented in. Oh, Helen's commented back. That's good. That's engagement. That's what the algorithm's driven by. We'll send out this video to more people because there's lots of engagement and there's conversations going on here. If you don't go back to the comments of your video, it's like you saying to Facebook, yeah, I did a live video. I'm here for a one-way thing. I'm just going to give value and just hope that I get sales and that and whatever. I don't really care about my audience. I'll just, I'll go back and have a look later, or I'm not even going to say hello to the people that said hello to me because I just don't care. I'm just doing what I thought I should do, and I joined this video challenge and I'm doing lots of videos, but I don't really care about my audience. Like, that's what you don't want to do. And I go back a few days later and I see all these comments unattended to, and it's like, oh, you've got all this engagement and you haven't addressed this engagement. Like, this, we're doing you all this good and you're doing the bad type thing. So you always want to engage, and as quickly as possible. It's not always possible. Like, I do live videos and then I'll get straight on calls or a webinar or something like that. Like, I can't always comment immediately, but do what you can, and it is a priority. Okay, because that's what the algorithm is driven by, conversations. So somebody leaves a comment and you can comment back, then that's a really good thing. Okay, reading notes. So I've got this document. I've got, notes, but I would never sit here and just read this. So I've got the information to read, but I would never, ever sit here and go, okay, number 1, your energy. Your energy on live video will make or break you. If you're new, understandably, you might be a bit shy, intimidated by the camera, even fearful. How boring is that? So when you're doing your live videos and you're prepping for them, write bullet points and ad-lib. So I understand some of you will write notes for your live videos, but don't read your notes. It's really boring to listen. Have you ever studied in your life or gone to a presentation and somebody's written notes or a speech and they just read and there's no real ad-libbing or emotion behind it? It's pretty dry and boring to listen to, isn't it? So have notes. It's not a bad thing to have notes. You can say, like I'm saying, I've got notes. I'm looking at them. I'm sharing them with you. I'll give you the link to this freebie, in a minute. Don't be afraid to tell people you've got notes or bullet points or whatever it is. Just don't read word for word on a live video. Okay. Number 10, structure of a live. And I'm not going to read that out because I'm going to try to speed this up. I've got the structure in here in this document. So there's a certain structure that I recommend rather than you just sitting there going, hi, just going to wait for a few more people to pop on. How's the weather? What are you doing? There is a certain structure to a live, which I recommend, which will help engage people from the word go. Keep them engaged. Claire, if you're still here, that was a question that you were asking. Keep them engaged as you go along and keep a bit of a format. So that's in the document. Okay. So you'll need to get the access to the document, which I'll give you the link in a minute. Okay. Really important one, newbies, calling out all the newbies. This is really important. Number 11 is don't call out anyone unless they make a comment. So Instagram and Facebook will, if you're connected, like somebody's following you on Instagram or somebody's following you on Facebook, or you're a Facebook friend, and you're doing it on your phone on Facebook or your phone on Instagram, these platforms will often tell you who's watching if you're connected to them. So somebody, let's say Mary Jo is my friend, but Mary Jo and I haven't spoken for years. Mary Jo's checking out, she's intrigued about what I'm up to, but Mary Jo doesn't want me know that that she's watching me. And Facebook says, Mary Jo's watching. And I go, hey, Mary Jo, I haven't seen you for years. It's so good to see you on my live video. And she's gone, how the hell does Helen know that I'm watching her? I haven't left a comment. They are out. They're off that live video and they will never come back I know it because I've been on the receiving end of it. It was like, yeah, I was watching somebody that long story, just didn't like the person very much, but they went live and I'm like, oh, what does he have to say? And he called me out and he said, hey, Helen, how you going? Good to see you on. And I'm like, how the hell does he know I'm watching? I was off there, quick smart. Hang on. So don't do it. Even if they're your friends, they may not want you to know that they're watching what you're doing. Okay, so don't call people out unless they leave a comment. So if Mary Jo says, hi, Helen, now I can say, hey, Mary Jo, how are you? Great to see you on. So if people comment, acknowledge. If they don't, leave them alone. Okay, a lot of people watch in silence and they want to be in silence. And you're not going to know everyone that's watching. It's just sometimes it's people that, you know, maybe a follower on Instagram or a friend, like a Facebook friend, and they're watching you live and their name might pop up because you don't know everybody that's watching. But sometimes you'll get a name. Okay. Waiting for people to come on the live. This is okay in groups where you're doing a training and you know everybody in the group and you could probably wait for a couple of minutes for people to jump on. Don't do it on a live video on your personal profile or your business page. You know, maybe it's a big fat 0 and you're like, oh, I'll just wait for somebody to jump on. People watching the replay don't know you didn't have anybody on. It's also disrespectful to people that are on right there. It's kind of like, well, you don't matter. I'm going to wait for some more people to jump on. So never wait for anybody to jump on your live video. If it's a big fat 0, so be it. Talk as if you've got people there because people watching the replay don't know you didn't have anybody watching. It's the same with asking for engagement. If you've got a big fat 0 on your live video and you think, well, I'm not going to ask for engagement or say, well, tell me where you're coming in from because no one's here. The people on the replay don't know that. So still ask your questions and still ask for engagement so the people watching the replay can still respond and engage, and then you can engage back afterwards. Okay, we're almost there. 2 more. So now I'm going to share the link to the freebie. Okay, so this freebie here is called 15 Most Common Mistakes Made with Live Videos. Every one of these is explained. I've got them all mapped out for you. They're all in the document. Go and grab your copy for free and pass it along to everybody that is doing live video. Now, those of you on Instagram that can't see my screen on Facebook here, it's helenmartinonline.com/15 mistakes. helenmartinonline.com/15 mistakes, and that will get you access to this document for free. Okay, so the last 2 very quickly. Not doing lives regularly. If you want to make an impact with live video, you want to increase your audience with live video, you want to increase your influence over that audience that you grow slowly over time, then you need to do live video regularly. Even if you only do 1 a week after like the video challenge or, you know, any videos that you're doing, name and label it. Say my Monday show, my Tuesday show, my Sunday night show, give it a name, lead up to it during the week. Say, make sure you catch me live on Sunday night. Make sure you catch me live on Tuesday at lunchtime, whatever you decide, but keep doing them consistently. You will only get a consistent audience when you're consistent yourself. Okay, so that's one of the major downfalls of live video is people get into the challenges, they do a blitz for 14 days and then they do nothing until I do another live video challenge and they jump on that. So I understand it happens, but somewhere in your journey, you need to get serious about live video because this is where it's at. Also, micro video content is something that you want to move into as well. So reels and maybe TikToks one day, if you're not doing them already, those kind of things, micro video content is what's trending. Okay, so being consistent at those. And another common mistake that I see when people get excited about live video is they put links to external things in the description of their video. So you want to put the link to your network marketing company up there, to your store, to a webinar, to, you know, something to do with your network marketing company. When you're new to live video, don't do it. It'll limit your organic reach. It'll just kill your organic reach, actually. I've got an external link in the description of my live video, not on Instagram. I will when I'm in the description when I finish, but in Facebook. I've got a link in the description on my other channels to the video challenge. So helenmartinonline.com/video. I've tested it and it doesn't hurt me anymore, but it did at one point, and if you're brand new, external links send people off Facebook. They send people off the platform. So just be careful. It is a mistake that people can make very early on. It'll limit your organic reach in the beginning. You don't want to do that. So you want people to call out. Hit me up in Messenger. If you're on a business page, click the blue button below that says send message. Find my messenger and I'll send you the information, whatever call to action, or I'll put a link to it in the comment section below right after we finish this video, that kind of thing. So have another way to do it rather than having an external link in the description of your video. And for those of you that are more experienced, test it. So do some videos without any links, do some videos with some links, check your organic reach and see. That's what I did at one point and went, well, it's not making any difference, so I'm just going to put external links in my video. If it doesn't make any difference and you tested it, do it. But generally, if you're newer to live video and you're building your audience, it can hurt you. Okay, so a couple of questions here and then we'll finish off. What about saying hello but not using a name? I've heard that before and it makes me cringe. So when not necessarily what you're saying, but when Nicole, like it says a 1 and somebody goes, I know somebody's watching, if you're here with me, say hello, it actually makes that person feel awkward. So if you know there's like a 1, and somebody's watching and somebody's there, just say, sorry, just play dumb. And just say, so if anybody's watching and you're watching me live, please say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from, because they're there. But you don't want to say, I know somebody's watching, because it makes people feel awkward. So I wouldn't do that. But if you can see like a 1 and someone's watching, just let it roll off the tongue going, so if anyone's watching me live, just, say it generally. Does that make sense, Nicole? So you don't, unless somebody comments, you just don't want to acknowledge them. Just mention it generally. So if anybody is watching live, let me know where you're coming in from, that type of thing. Okay. Like I see who it is, but I don't call them out by their name. Just say something like, hello, welcome to those that are joining us. Yeah, something general like that. So just say, if there is anyone joining me live, I'd really like to welcome you to my video. Just something general like that. Okay. And a question from Angela. What is your suggestion on showing people the red live box, or they're watching the replay? What is your suggestion on showing people the red live box, or they're watching the replay? Should we do that or leave it out? I'm not sure what you're asking, Angela. Can you say it in a different way? Showing people the red live box. I'm not sure what you're asking. Just quickly try to say it in another way, because I've talked long enough. I need to get off. But just, try to quickly say that in a different way, Angela, because I'm not following your question there. Not like that. That's really creepy. Okay, just going to scroll up, see if Angela's still here and I can help her out that. I love how you show us not what to do. Makes a difference. Laurie, I guess I'm a loudmouth. I always have to watch the time, or I could talk way too long. And some of you will be more natural at it, and you can just talk and you can ad-lib. And if you've been doing live for a while, you can get away with it. But if you're brand new and you're really nervous and people are not used, and you're waffling and you're saying and like a million times, you need to get off. Kylie, when I use your mobile to go live and watch the replay, the description title seems to go missing. Do you have a work? When you're watching it, you can't see it. So before you go live, people will see it. After you go live, but if you only fill out the title, after you go live, it'll be missing. There'll be no description, because it's a title, it's not a description. The title will be, if somebody goes to your Facebook page, Kylie, and they look at the videos tab, that's where the title sits, not the description. So there's actually a big difference between the title and the description. Instagram lets me put in a title before I go live, but I can't even put in the description in Instagram until after I've gone live. So everyone's a little bit different. Okay. Angela, okay. When you're live, the red box shows. but it isn't there when it's the red box is the time. So I've got the red box and it's telling me I've talked for way too long. But nobody else, you guys can't, you can't see that. You don't want that on the replay anyway. Should we point that out? So no, the red box is just the time and it shows that you're live, but you don't need to address that. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to talk about it. And it's not there on the replay because you're not live anymore. So it's just letting people know that you're actually watching that person live. But people should know that from their end. You don't need to address that as such, Angela. Does that make sense? I hope I'm answering your question. I'd love to share the document with my networking ladies. Is that okay to do? Yep, just share the link to the document. That's okay. You can share this out. Just you can't reproduce it or distribute it in a way without my permission. Emma, I know and love you, so you're fine. Okay. So just put it in the way that it's in the format that it's been created. Okay. All right. I was determined to get this video in under 30 minutes and it just didn't happen. But I hope this is useful information to those of you that are sort of more embarking on, the video sort of journey for the very first time, just to eliminate a lot of the things that I did wrong and a lot of our fellow people here that are watching that have done videos. I'm sure they've done a number of these mistakes themselves. It just helps you sort of bypass a lot of the mistakes and just do what's important, and that's give value, to your audience in the best way sort of possible. So I hope that's helpful to you guys. I look forward to those of you that are joining us on the next challenge. This is the last challenge I'm doing for 2021. Free 14-day challenge. Again, it's not just about live video. It's not just about pushing a button. It's about getting engagement, social proof, increasing your algorithm at the most important time of year when people are reflecting on the year that was, the year that's coming, and they're open. They're more open to listening to our kind of business model. So really, really important time to be on the video challenge at this time of year. So to those of you that are joining us on the video challenge next week, I look forward to seeing you on the inside there. And for the rest of you, I will see you next week. Okay, bye.